Hello, it is Wednesday, February the 12th, 2025. Time flies, another week's gone by. I'll just wait to see if anybody has any questions to begin with. We can do that, and I can chat a little bit about the full moon in Leo, which is today. You might already have been feeling the effects of that. Bit of a emotional moon, about relationships, about letting go of things that no longer serve you. When you log in, if you could just say hello in the chat box, I'd appreciate it. I just want to see if my chat, oh, awesome. Hi, Wendy. I'm hoping my chat box works today. Last week, I didn't get any messages. So I did post that event on my YouTube channel, and my handle is Being Your Own Medium. So if you haven't had a chance to view that, or if you'd like to send me an email or a comment that reading was for you, that would be awesome. I've already had 2 people said that was for me, that was for me. So that was a real challenge, and I just went on with the show. Hi, Shannon, how are you? So let me know if you have any questions. Just a reminder, I'll let you know this event's about 90 minutes long. After the Q&A, I'll do some mini readings for audience members. Please, if you can go to my YouTube channel and share and like it, I would appreciate that, just to kind of get the message out there. Also, the fact that you've logged in and you're here, you're giving me permission to post the next recording. So I'll be posting today's recording a little later today. I just want to remind everyone, I'm by no means an expert. I'm learning right along with you. Our lifelong journey is about learning, right? So please just keep that in mind. Things that I speak about, or things I might highlight, or how I answer questions, I'm answering that from my own personal experience and my experience of working with spirit. So I just want to remind you of that. Also, if you don't get a message today, just listen to all the messages, because I truly believe there's going to be some kind of healing the messages you hear today. I know myself, I even receive a healing with the messages that I hear. Does anybody have any questions? Hi, Tiffany. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask me about mediumship or anything on your mind? I'll just wait a minute. And then I was just going to chat for a minute about the full moon in Leo that's today. So that started where I live, EDT time. I believe it was around 8:30 a.m. this morning. And what I found was really interesting, just thinking about the full moon, and I'm thinking about how I close every session. I say, keep your heart brave and your imagination wild, because anything is possible. I thought that fits in perfectly with the full moon in Leo, because it is in Leo. It's about being a leader. It's about finding your authentic self. It's about being courageous. And during the full moon, it's kind of the time of culminations, celebrating what you've accomplished over the last few weeks in 2025, and then just kind of reflecting and thinking about, what is it that I need to let go? What energies, places, people are not inspiring, supporting me, loving me unconditionally, that may be holding me back on my path. So it's a time to kind of embrace the energies that support you and uplift you. So I just want to remind you about that. And this is, Leo is connected to the heart. So it's like a heart activation time. It's about the heart. It's about that courage within, knowing that you're doing the right thing, knowing that you're on the right path. And I can confirm, maybe even for quite a few mediums, when you go into mediumship, there would be no reason that you'd really want to be a medium unless you knew in your heart that this was something that I want to say that I need to do. I don't have a choice. It's like my purpose. I'm drawn to this, and this is something I need to do. So if you have something in your life that gives you that passion and you just know you need to do it, my advice is follow through on that. Please follow through. And this is a great time to kind of let go of things that might be impeding you from following that path or taking the next step or taking that course or whatever it might be, going on that diet, getting more exercise, whatever it could be. It's all about empowerment right now with Leo. It's about empowerment and being your authentic self. So, and we still have time, right? It's a full moon today, and the influences are for a few days before and after, until actually the new moon. Some things you can do is you can meditate. I love to go outside and look for the moon, but it's so cloudy today. We're supposed to be getting a snowstorm, about 15 to 20 centimeters. So I don't think I'm going to see the moon today, this evening, but you can just connect in your heart and your mind with the moon and put your intentions out there. You can also put your crystals in a windowsill to kind of clear and cleanse them, recharge them. It's a great time for journaling. I love journaling. Write down what your intentions are for the full moon, include whatever you want to release, right? And then be specific about what's troubling you. Like, I'm trying to think of an example right now. Maybe I lose my patience, or I'm in my head too much, or I need to slow down and be in the moment. So I want to let go of those stressors and things that are really just filling up my head and really aren't helping me at all. So things like that. And again, and give thanks for the things you've accomplished. So in journaling, I always like to start with gratitude. So I would start for gratitude, where you've come to today in 2025, and then just jot about things that you want to let go of. Things like lighting a candle is beautiful, having a bath with Epsom salts. And, you know, again, just that gratitude, just putting that energy of gratitude out and acknowledging that you're ready to continue your path. So I hope that was kind of helpful. That's kind of my feelings about the full moon right now and things that I'm going to be focusing on. Does anybody have any questions for me? Any questions at all? It could be about, you know, mediumship. It can be, what's the difference between a psychic and a medium? And if you're thinking, why did she name her YouTube channel Being Your Own Medium? Because that's how important that is to me. And I know that's part of my purpose, just to help people I want people to empower themselves. So I can give you some tools, right? You can take a class. We can learn about psychic abilities. You can develop those abilities. You can explore being a medium, but the whole goal is for you to empower yourself. And everybody is psychic, absolutely everyone. And it just depends on what you're going to do with those abilities. A lot of people repress them. They say, oh, I'm just making that up. That doesn't make sense. It was just a coincidence, etc. So it's actually just kind of sitting down and working on your psychic abilities, really to kind of boost your confidence and prove to yourself that you're not making it up. Okay? If you just think about a mother's gut or a mother's instincts, you know you're not making it up. Because I've had many a time where I'm like, oh, I got to phone my daughter, or my daughter's having a stomach ache. Like, I'll have specific things. Even the other day, what was I saying? I said in my head, I heard blah, blah, blah. Then my daughter texted me and she said exactly what was in my head. So I'm like, holy camole, that was crazy. So we had a direct connection there. It was like telepathy. What she was thinking just popped into my head. And then the text I got from her was just confirmation of that connection with others. And I know with family, that connection is even stronger, because family members are like part of your soul group. So you're here to learn from each other and support each other. So that connection or that bond is even stronger, which I find is just amazing. So that's just an example of that. And I think that was just the other day. I forget when that was, maybe on Tuesday or on Monday when I had that experience. And again, so psychics, what psychics do, they're tuning into the sitter's energy. So I'm going to tell you about your current situation. I might be able to tell you a little bit about possible outcomes for the future, etc. So that's being psychic. Medium is different because now instead of me just connecting with your energy or my sitter's energy across from me, I'm lifting the vibration or my energy up to connect with the spirit world. So that's quite different. So a lot of things I even talk about with my students, you know, things like singing the power is really important, about doing your own inner work, surrendering, confidence, all those things come into play if you would like to become a medium. Even more so, I think, if you become like a professional medium, because now you're in front of strangers and you're like, you're in the hot seat. So you really got to surrender and be confident. And then you can also, and I encourage this for everyone, be a medium for yourself. Be a personal medium. Sit down, meditate, connect with your loved ones because they're there. They're all around us, okay? So I just want to talk about that little difference between a psychic and a medium. Any questions today? No one seems to have any questions. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that people ask me a lot that maybe I can answer. A lot of times people say, where's the spirit world? And I know we're taught, and even myself as a child, I just think, well, it's heaven. It's up there. It's out of reach. There's angels and harps, and it's just up there somewhere, and all the good people go there. Well, the spirit world is all around us all the time, right? The spirit world's made out of energy and vibrations, right, which we connect into. So being in the spirit world, you're just kind of transforming from physical, a state of physical being on the earth, to spiritual, right? Now you're energetic, you're spiritual being. And that spirit, that love, that essence of who we are, it's in us right now. And what we're doing is we're just kind of casting away our physical shell, and we're going back to that true essence of who we have always been. So we're here really to learn our lessons, to evolve our soul, because on the other side, you can't really learn the things that we're learning, because it's quite different on the other side. They'll be learning other things. Usually a lot of self-reflection takes place on the other side, or supporting others as they arrive, or even things like supporting the planet, the animals, inspiring people, coming out with new technology. I just heard today about a new technology in which the person used hemp. They used hemp to create an airplane, and then the fuel for the airplane was like on biofuel from hemp too. Like, where did that come from? That's just amazing, that inspiration. So there's lots of inspiration coming to the earth to support us and help us. It's just being open to it, being aware, being observant. And what I always like to do is, if I get a sign or I get a message, I always immediately, I say, thank you. I'm very grateful for this message. Please come back again and visit me, etc. So for example, my loved ones in spirit were so cool last night because I was teaching my intermediate group, and my dad, my dad, my aunt, and who was the other one? My dad, and my grandma came through to assist my students in their learning. I'm like, yes, all right. So they're always working with you on the other side. For me, my loved ones are starting to help me with mediumship development. There you go. And I think they really get a kick out of it too. Like, they're like, I'm here, I'm in, ready to go. Is it starting yet? So I'm always getting those messages with them. So just like I'm going back again, right? Be brave and just imagine anything is possible. So anything's possible, anything at all. All right, I think I just did a whole speech there. What I thought I would do quickly, I'm gonna pick a Moonology card for the full moon today in Leo. So let me see something that we need to be aware of with the new moon in Leo. Okay, And I'm just going to, right, just putting my trust in when I feel that instinct or that feeling in my gut, or I might hear stop, whatever psychic ability I'm using, because I'm putting that intention to the spirit world. Let me know when I need to stop, that it's a message that my audience needs to hear. And then I'll stop and I'll read that card. So something to consider during this full moon. Okay. Okay. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Okay. So the card I got was New Moon in Taurus, and it says prosperity lies ahead. So it's again, surrender, faith, trust, and my interpretation of prosperity is like abundance. So it can be abundant love. It can be financial. It can be good health. It can be so many things. So whatever your intention is, and you're working on with the full moon today, remember to have the faith and to trust, because prosperity is ahead, abundance is ahead. You've just got to connect with that energy to draw it to you. Oh, that was a very cool card. Excellent. Prosperity lies ahead. There's one other card I want to pull. I love this other deck. I've used it before. It's a Power of Surrender cards. And if you remember, I said it's about letting go this full moon. So I just want to ask, what's something that we, the audience members, as well as myself, may want to consider surrendering at this time, or reflecting on it, maybe journaling about it. So something maybe that we're overlooking, or we're thinking about, we're not quite sure, or it hasn't quite landed with us in our mind to do that. It's kind of like around the ethers there, floating around. All right, so again, I'm just gonna wait for that inspiration to stop. Okay. All right, I know what you want me to do. Oh, I'm trying. All right, I got the card. And something we need to surrender. Oh, it fits in so well with the other card. Surrender to divine timing. That means you put your intention out there, you do your journaling, etc., and then you let it go. And what happens very often, it may not come in when you expect it, or it may come in a different way. So for example, maybe it's about abundance and money, and instead of actually being given money, maybe you, I don't know, you win something at a raffle, or you're considered for a promotion. So it can come in all different kinds of ways. I'm just going to read the card. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. There you go, what I just mentioned. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. There you go. Trust and faith. I feel there's an example that I can share, but it's just, what is an example for me? I'm just trying to think. Oh, okay. Well, this is a good one. I was manifesting to find a bungalow. We really wanted a bungalow to move to, my husband and I was trying to manifest it. Boy, it took forever. I don't know, for like 4 or 5 years looking, not available. Then it popped up at the most random time. So my husband had a friend who mentioned, oh, I've got a bungalow. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to sell it or not. And my husband went, bungalow? My wife and I are looking for a bungalow. And he said, really? My husband said, yes. And he says, you know what? He says, I'm setting up this bungalow for a B&B. I'm going to rent out. He called it his cottage, this bungalow. And he said, how would you and your wife like to go for the weekend? I understand it's your anniversary. Get a feel for the place and see if maybe you'd be interested. So we did it. We loved it. Voila. I now live in a bungalow. Came in the most random way I never would have expected. came through. My husband met someone new, so he had a friendship with this person who was friends with this person. There you go. I also like to believe it came through. Also, it was my mom who had just passed, maybe a few months before, I think less than a year. And I feel it was my mom too, just giving it that little oomph for it to come in. So again, like anything is possible. I have so many examples of crazy things that I'm like, whoa. And it's when it's the right time. It's almost like when your heart's open enough, when you're going to appreciate it enough. And again, it's about, a lot of times they talk about ego, and ego's about, mine, being materialistic. So it's more of that surrender, connecting with the divine, being who you truly are, coming from a high vibration of compassion, unconditional love. That's what will bring or manifest things for you of that higher frequency. So if you're going around and you're always pissed, they cut me off, people are so mean, blah, 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 blah. You're just going to manifest that, and that's going to come more and more into your life. So awesome. Those cards were just awesome. Beautiful. Does anybody have a question? I'll just wait for a minute, and then I'm gonna go to the readings. Okay. So everyone can just relax, take a deep breath. There's nothing really that you have to do other than listen and then just give me feedback, yes or no, and have an open mind, because sometimes the most unusual kind of information may come through. Like last week, for example, was it last week? Oh yes, a lady was saying something about no about the dog, and then she emailed me and said, how could I have forgotten this dog when I was a child? So she confirmed all the information I gave her. It was just at that moment when you have like expectations, you might be like, oh, I really want this. Then something else flows in and you just can't see it or connect with it because you're so geared towards something else. So I'm just going to ask you to have an open mind. Okay. And just give me 1 minute. Okay. First thing, I'm just going to get the information that I got earlier, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm getting now. I don't know if they're connected, but let's give it a try. I feel that someone has, the spirit communicator is someone that has, there's something about recently. I keep getting recently, and I'm getting the numbers like 3, 6, and it almost feels like it's a span, and it feels like it's weeks. Like they may have passed 3 to 6 weeks ago or 3 to 6 months ago. And I really do feel a connection with a gentleman to this. Okay, let me just get a description here. Okay. I feel that this gentleman is showing me, I feel like possibly like a blue collar worker, because I feel that he's wearing work clothes. I don't want to say a uniform, it possibly could, but it feels like work clothes. And he's telling to me like he was a handyman, he worked with his hands. And he's like this, with like a cap, like he's just moving the brim of the cap. So he quite possibly might have even worn a cap in the work that he did, either to like the sunlight or what he was working with to kind of protect his face. So there's something about this cap. Okay. All right. And I had someone in my home earlier, so I'm hoping I'm not connecting with someone for them, but okay, let me just continue. And I feel that this gentleman worked like, he would be like a handyman. He would go to somebody's house, like he would fix, I don't know, plumbing, the furnace, the AC. It would be things like that. He took a great pride in his work because he said, like, people needed me. I was giving like the basics of life, what they needed. Like if it's 100 degrees out and you can't enjoy your home or you can't cook, it's so hot. He's like, I swoop in, I fix their AC. If it's freezing outside, you can't sleep, you're shivering, I swoop in and I fix the heating. So he's saying what an important role he played for others. Can anyone take this loved one in spirit? Just again, it's about helping people. He's very proud of that. I just want to, something else about helping people. Something about being, it's like the necessities of life. He keeps talking about the necessities of life, like what you need to be comfortable and live a happy life. He keeps talking about that, and I feel that's what his message is for a viewer today. Now, I'm not getting any text boxes coming up, so I'm just going to assume no one can take this gentleman unless my phone is acting up again. Okay, let me just see if there's something else he wants to say. He's acknowledging a child. I feel this is a memory. The child's, I don't know, about, I'm going to say about 8-10 years old. And I feel that this child really respected, adored this gentleman. And I'm going to say it really feels like a father figure to me. Like really respected, admired, loved their dad, this gentleman. I know a family connection for sure. And I feel like I'm seeing I don't know, it feels like a toolbox. It might even be like a metal toolbox. And it's like opening it, and the child would be curious about the tools. And there would have even have been some sharing, like this is what this does, this is what this does. I don't know, that could be like a monkey wrench. There's some kind of tool he's showing me. I'm gonna say monkey wrench. Can anyone take any of the information that I've given about this gentleman? I'm getting something, he just kept saying recently. So, and I have to admit, when I got that message, I was feeling very, like teary-eyed, kind of down, like I'm missing somebody. So even if someone's been like missing somebody, feeling very, kind of down, it could possibly be for you also, because I kept getting that. Recently being down, tears, and I kept getting 3-6, as if that was the time period. Okay. Let me just see. I'm going to ask him for one more thing so someone can confirm who he is. Okay, now this gentleman's talking about like an uncle figure, like connecting to an uncle figure. This uncle was funny. He loved to communicate. And I feel this was the father's brother. So I feel this gentleman's brother. I'm just feeling in if this brother is with this gentleman. He quite possibly might be with this gentleman, because I feel like there's a support there. They're supporting each other. I'm just feeling a support there. Hi, Eugenie. Hi, Cheryl. Can anyone take this gentleman? If not, that's okay. I'll go to the message, because I've just spent a lot of time I'm seeing gray, white hair in his older years. I'm seeing like a tanned complexion. He's highlighting to me like wrinkles around the eyes. So that might be something that you would remember about him. But he's saying not bad, like wrinkles from like smiling, being in the sun, enjoying my life. I don't know, I just keep tinkering, fixing things, handyman, outside, inside, fixing a fence, just fixing things. All right. All right. Could you give me your message? I'm just going to get the message since no one's taking this gentleman. He's saying that there's nothing that can't be fixed. So if there's a viewer right now who's thinking, oh, something's really weighing on your mind, you're thinking, how is this going to get fixed? I don't know how to cope with this. I don't know where to go. He's saying, don't worry. Everything can be fixed. I almost feel like he's going to bring an opportunity, or something's going to happen to get something fixed. I almost feel like it's in the house, in your home. Something's going to get fixed. It's going to get worked out. It's going to get fixed. Yeah, and I'm going to leave you with all his love. So thank you very much. All right, and I hope someone can take him. If not now, later, when you view my YouTube channel. All right. Okay, I have a woman coming through. Oh, isn't this interesting? Very pretty, very pretty. I'm going to say kind of like dirty blonde colored hair. That's how she's showing herself to me. And it's almost like she's showing me ringlets. Like her hair was really important to her. I'm positive she would put like rollers in her hair, like to do her hair up. And she's just showing me how beautiful her hair is. I feel it's about shoulder length. And she almost looks like, this is going to sound funny, she's giving me like memories of like movie stars of the 50s, like Rita Hayworth. You know how they would have their hair, how it was so beautifully put together? That's what she's showing me that. I don't know why I'm getting Rita Hayworth. Okay. And she says she's showing herself as she was younger. And now she's giving me a connection to, oh boy, you're really going to test me here on this. What's that? You know, Bugle Boys? I don't know who it is. You know, the women that would sing? And I'm feeling a connection almost to like the war. It's not the Pointer Sisters. I don't know. It's that singing, and I'm seeing like what is that? Like, you know, those little caps, like in the army and soldiers would wear. Oh, I'm not doing a very good job on this. So I feel this woman is giving me a connection to the 50s and that time period. She's talking about like jitterbug. She's talking about like soldiers, meeting soldiers. And she's talking about how much she, like that was her time, she's saying, how much she loved that time period. It was almost like I was in my, like in my prime, in my glory. She's saying it like that. And she said, no one would have thought that of me. And now she's like, shh, going forward, and she's showing herself as an older lady. And she's saying, no more twinkle toes. She's saying it like that. I was heavier on my feet. Heavier on my feet. I feel, she's talking something about gaining weight. I feel like she's still focused on her hair. She keeps going back to her hair. Her hair might have been darker, a darker brown as she aged. Okay, what else do you want to share with me? She's bringing to mind for me, she's bringing to mind a dog. And it feels like a medium to larger size dog. Let me just see if I'm not good at getting breeds, but to me it feels like possibly like a golden retriever or a lab, like that size of dog. And I feel that this woman, she keeps saying dogs were always around. She's talking about dogs, dogs, dogs. Like I'm seeing puppies, I'm seeing dogs. And she's smiling about this. There's some connection with dogs that you would recognize with this woman. And you'd go, oh yeah, this is for me. Because she keeps bringing up dogs, 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 dogs. And I feel like it's a lot of dogs. It almost feels like this person could have been like a breeder. Because I'm just seeing a lot of dogs. Okay. And they're like every age, like adults, puppies. Okay, let me just see what else. It's interesting. She's saying like, I didn't want to go. She's saying she didn't want to, I didn't want to go. And she's saying it doesn't mean it wasn't my time. I didn't want to go because I felt so many people needed me. And she gave me the feeling that family members were like holding on to her in some way. And she said like that energy made me, it's almost like stay longer. She's almost saying like it was a bit of an internal battle with her. Like she knew how much her family needed her, and it was almost like they were saying, hold on, hold. She keeps saying that to me, like she's hold on, and she did as long as she could, but then she knew it was time to go. She's saying like you get to a certain place, and you know, no, this is the place of no return in a way, like you know that it's time to pass. So she's bringing that up. And she's giving me a memory. I feel it's in the hospital. It feels like it's a hospital. I know she's in a room in a bed, and I just feel family members around her. It's like, hold on. And I just heard grandma. It's like, hold on, grandma. Like, I love you. We need you. Hold on. It keeps repeating. Okay, let me see what else. If there's anything else she wants to say. And she's saying, okay, I understand. She's saying, don't feel guilty thinking that you didn't do enough or you didn't use like your know-how, your power to help her to stay longer or make her more comfortable. She goes, and she's like saying, honey, you knew it was my time. She's just saying that it was my time. So don't feel guilty about not being able to help me to hold on longer. So again, she just keeps saying, hold on. Okay. And I feel that it's weighing on the person's mind, this holding on, because she keeps talking about that. And this holding on, I feel, was for a reason. Let me just see if she wants to tell me what the reason was. I feel almost like it was like holding on for the babies, the younger generation, holding on, like younger generation. So I feel possibly like the daughter or the granddaughter had children and was like, and the granddaughter is almost like, hold on for them. I want them to get to know you like I knew you. I want this I just feel this back and forth. Okay, and she's just acknowledging that. And then she just kind of smiles and she says, you know, I'm there. Like, what are you, it's almost like, what are you feeling bad about? Why do you have this melancholy, like these opportunities have been lost? She says, no, they haven't been lost. They're just look a little different. So she's saying like, no expectations. They just look a little different. And she's saying things like, I bring them in opportunities. There's something about outside. She's just acknowledging outside. It's almost like wildlife. Like it's always that interesting. It's almost like she brings, like, could be rabbits, could be like a bird. She brings wildlife to just bring through this energy of unconditional love. That's interesting. It's like they're carrying this. How does she say? It's like she's inspiring them to bring forward this energy so that you can see it in the physical state rather than just energetic. She's saying it just like, isn't that amazing? I've never had anyone say that before. And then she just smiles and say, yep, I have, what's she saying? She's saying that she's very, oh, what's the word? Sorry, you got to give it to me again. She's very, what is the word? I'm not going to find that word. I can't hear it. Like very creative. She's good at brainstorming, coming up with ways to do things. And she's just smiling about that. And she's saying, you know, I was always like that. Like if there was a will, there was a way. That's what she's saying to me. If there was a will, there was a way. And she said, I always had the will. And I'm going to leave you with all her love. All right. That was a lovely lady. I really feel like a grandmother connection with her. Okay. Okay, I feel like that I have a male with me, and I kept getting a B name. To me, it sounded like Ben. Ben. And I'm just trying to get the relationship here because it feels like it's either, what is this? It doesn't feel like it's immediate family. It feels like it's almost like one step back. Like it could be like a cousin or possibly like a neighbor. I was going to say stepbrother, so I'm just going to put it out there to make sure that I'm not overextending the distance there. Has a good sense of humor. And I don't know, there's something about this gentleman, like he keeps showing me his clothes. So I don't know what this is about his clothes. It's almost like, I don't know. Oh, who's that guy? That TV show. You know what that funny guy, and he would wear his pants too high? I can't remember the name of it, but it's like he's showing me that, something funny about pants too high, about kind of being a bit of a nerd or, not, doesn't conform. That's what he wants to say. Wouldn't conform. Out of the norm, wouldn't conform. Okay. Keep showing me his clothes. Like I'm seeing like his pants are floods, like too short. His pants are up too high. He's wearing a belt. Showing me shoes. Socks are kind of slouchy. It almost looks like it could be a costume. Like dressed up like this to get a laugh. Okay. And then kind of this funny high voice. Okay, you got to give me more. What's this about? I don't know what I mean. I keep hearing the word height. Sounds like height. The height of something. So let me just find out. What is this? I feel he's talking about height, his height. Something about his height, slouching over, back issues. Okay, what? And then it's almost like now he's referring almost to like, things that would bring comfort almost like to seniors. It's like, things like warm soup, a blanket, a hot tea. Now he's showing himself like in a seated position. And I feel he was seated a lot. Due to mobility issues. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I see him seated, and it's possibly even like a wheelchair, and he's like reading a newspaper, a magazine. He's reading something. Like I see the blanket over his knees, and he's reading something. It's almost like he's waiting for a visitor. I just feel he's waiting for a visitor. He might have had like a cardigan on. And I know this gentleman, I definitely like a senior, older. Hair is like thinner, gray. Possibly, I don't know, almost like longer on top and it goes down. Because I don't think he'd like to get his hair cut. There's something about haircuts and not liking. It's almost like he's saying to me, like, I didn't like people, this is going to sound a little odd, but it's like, I didn't like strangers touching me. That's what it sounds like he's saying. So he didn't want anybody like to trim his hair. There was something about strangers or people he didn't know well. He didn't want them touching him, cutting his hair. It's almost like, I see a woman too, and like helping him with the soup. Like a napkin or serviette, kind of like patting his mouth. Can anyone take this gentleman? And I'm just getting nurse connected to this female, but I don't think it necessarily means a nurse. I feel it was I'm just being shown so many things. I'm trying to get them separated. At first I was going to say it feels like a daughter assisting, caring for him. And then I saw like his wife in the background. So I feel that the daughter was like almost like assisting the mother to help with the father. Okay. That's why he's coming through. He's coming through to thank you for the assistance that you gave. It's almost like you, what is this? Like you followed through on the procedures or things that needed to be done to make things smoothly. Because I just feel like his wife isn't sure what to do, like, it's almost like seeing a weakening state is almost like too much for her. Like she's content just to like hold his hand, but doesn't really want to do the other kind of stuff that goes with all that. You know, like almost like getting medication, I don't know, looking at paperwork, making arrangements, things like that. It's like she wasn't of that frame of mind or state of mind. So he's coming through to thank his daughter, and also to just acknowledge his wife. And he's like, it's all love. He's just showing me hearts, 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 hearts. No regrets, no regrets. And it's funny, like he's almost bringing like teamwork. Like the three of you worked as a team. I'm seeing teamwork. Teamwork is important. Okay. And it's like he's saying like, it's like, oh, I wish I could get exactly how he's saying it. I can feel, it's like he's saying, you know, saying in the most gentle voice, like loving voice that I can't even like try and it's like he's saying like honey, and he's like this, honey, everything's okay, everything's fine, all went as planned, all went as planned. I love you. And it's something about like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. And he's just like tapping, like that loving tenderness. That's what it is, like a loving tenderness, like a kind of like a, oh, it's almost like a deep wisdom there. It's like a deep understanding of what love and family and sacrifice and support truly is. That's what he, in that whole motion, that's what I'm getting from him. It's like, whoo, okay. And I'm gonna leave him with all his love. Okay, thank you so much. All right. All right. Okay, this is an interesting one. I'm just hearing right now, I don't have a spirit communicator yet, but I'm hearing like candy cane, candy fish. It's like they're listing candy, different types of candy, lifesavers, Rolos. It's like they're just giving me all these candies, candy. Had a sweet tooth. I know it's a male. Gentleman, I'm going to say younger side. I want to say mid-20s, but I feel he was in some way older than his years. Something about him. He was his sense of, what is it, like responsibility for things? If it didn't make him feel older, like he carried that. He's saying he carried that. Okay. What are you showing me? I don't know what he's showing me. I don't know if it's a stick. I don't know if it's a cane. It's like he's holding something and laughing, like a torch. What are you? Almost like a lightsaber from like Star Wars. That's coming to my mind, like some kind of funny thing, and it's like symbolic. And you would know what this means. It's almost like, and now I'm here, like, may the force be with you. Like, I just keep hearing that, and almost like a sign saying, like, everything's okay. We're still connected. Like the force is there between us. The love is there. The energy is there. So, and then he's just laughing. He's laughing. Okay. Let me see what else he wants to talk. Okay. It's interesting the things that he gives me. He's giving me like flip-flops. So it's possible that he was partial to wearing flip-flops. I got flip-flops and it feels like jeans, and they might have been rolled up near the ankle. And he's laughing. He keeps laughing. And I feel these are connected to memories, because it's almost like I'm getting, you know, in the summertime, you would put the sprinkler out or the hose and you would run through it. He's like giving me images of that. It's almost like, you know, I'm feeling like country road, outdoors, easy breezy days of summer. I'm just getting this really like mellow, chill energy around this young man. Wow. Okay. He just keeps throwing stuff to me. I'm just going to say it out loud in case you can connect with this. For some reason, he's showing me candy buttons. Thank you. I'm like, why are you showing me buttons? He's like, candy buttons. Okay, candy buttons. I don't know if you remember, and it came on a big strip, and they were all lined up, and they're different colors. Okay, candy buttons. Okay, I got that. There's something else. I don't know if he's going to bring it back, what he was saying. Just candy. And he's saying, they have my sweet tooth. They have my sweet tooth. Runs in the family. What? Oh, isn't he fun? He's like, what could give you more joy than the sugar rush from candy. He's saying it like that. He's talking about like adrenaline rush, sugar rush. What could give you more joy? And he's actually like just talking about the joy of like actually eating the candy, like chewing it, feeling the sweetness, the flavor. It's like cherry, tangerine. He's just like, I don't know, the juiciness. He's like giving me all these tastes related to candy. And again, he keeps going back. I don't know what they're called, but they're like, they look like fish and they're gummies. Fish candy, okay. And he just keeps laughing, okay. Let me just see what is, okay. He's saying that his message is to take the sweetness out of every, like be aware of the sweetness in every moment. And it's, oh, then he's kind of funny. Like and then he's bringing it to like things that you think are a catastrophe. Like, oh my God, I just spilled this all over the floor. No, 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 no. It's not the end of the world. Just smile and find the sweetness in this moment. Find the sweetness. What else is he saying? So it's like dropping things, having to clean it up. Is he trying to talk about a car? Let me just see what he's talking about. This car. I don't know. I feel like it's like a scratch or a dent. No, it's not the end of the world. Take the sweetness in this moment. It's almost like, it's a little dent. It's a little scratch. It's like no one was hurt. That's the sweetness. That's the sweetness. Just keeps giving me examples about the sweetness. Okay. All right. And he's just saying also, like, I want you to take the perspective in life, his attitude. He's saying it's this light-hearted boyishness, childlike quality to him. It's almost like the boy that never grew up type of thing. And I know that he passed away younger. I do know that for sure. But it's almost this boyish charm he had about him. Okay. And he just wants you to, have that perspective. Don't forget that. And it's like when you see funny things, like, I don't know, he's saying, if you're out somewhere, I don't know, you're at a festival or you're somewhere outside and you see a clown and the clown's doing crazy things. He's like, I want you to stop and pause and watch that clown. He's like, I'm there. So in funny moments, he's saying, I'm there. My energy's there. And I'm bringing this into your life. I'm bringing this into your life. And again, he wants to talk about this lightheartedness and happiness and laughing. He's saying that's the key you're looking for. You got to laugh more. You got to laugh. That's the key. That's when you laugh, it falls away. Your worries, your concerns, it falls away. He just keeps saying it falls away. So keep laughing, keep laughing. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to make you laugh. And I'm going to leave you with all his love. Wow, that was awesome. I have this urge to eat some candy now after that. Okay, I'll see if I can. Okay. Woo, I'm like shaking with him. Oh, it's like, whoa, okay. So much energy. Okay. It's like he's like, you got it, right? You know, right? You got it. It's me, okay? You got it. And then he's just leaving. Okay. All right. I keep getting like a T. It's possibly a name or just a word. It's like I'm getting tell her. Tell her. Okay. Tell her I love her. Tell her. Okay, well, all right, you gotta show yourself. I told her. There's something interesting about this communicator. It's almost like they're standoffish or they're the passing didn't end in the best of terms. Because it's very forceful the way that they're saying, like, tell her I love her, tell her I love her. It's not like, oh, I love, it's like, tell her I love her. And I feel that the Spirit is bringing through an apology for something. Things weren't left in a good place. Things didn't come to a completion. Okay, that's what they're saying. He apologizes for that. And it's like he's talking about, I feel he's talking about like children, kind of like it almost feels like a little bit of like chaos. What am I going to do now? Blah, blah, blah. And he's apologizing for that. There you go. It's a he. It just came out of my mouth. So it is a he. He's apologizing for that. Saying, you know, I wasn't good at, like he's saying, like organizing things, following through on things. So he's admitting that. And it's like he's showing me paperwork. So it almost feels like paperwork not completed or avoided or something about paperwork. He's like, you know me. Always looking on the brighter side of things. So it's almost like a little bit of like denial or not like being in the moment, knowing, okay, I'm not well, I'm going to pass, but never like getting to that space where he completes what he needs to complete. And it's like he's saying, why would I do that? Because then it would show that I'm giving up. So he's saying it like that. And he's like, I'm not a loser. So I know this gentleman, he was very competitive. I have some connection to sports here, possibly golf. I feel like he was showing me golf. And he's just saying, you know, I wasn't a loser. Like what's this interpretation of loser? It's not, loser. What do you mean, loser? Okay, I understand. It's not like, oh, I'm a loser. It's more like losing control. I understand. So he's saying, I didn't want to lose control. And he says, and I didn't realize that it's like he passed that lack of control over to you rather than taking ownership for it. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Okay. So he's apologizing for that. And he's saying, please don't hold it against me. It's almost like he's like, you know, I don't know, almost like little puppy dog eyes. I feel like he got his way quite often, like little puppy dog eyes. And he's like, you forgive me, right? You forgive me, right? He's saying it like that. Okay. Just see if there's anything else. I definitely feel this message is for a wife. I just feel that connection, that strong bond, that relationship there. And then I can feel like children in the background there that the wife needed to take care of. Yeah, I feel like you should take care of after his passing. And he's just acknowledging the strength of his wife, and he's saying, it's like, I always had faith you could do it. You know, I always relied on you. So there are things that you would do in the household or for your husband that it's like he depended on you doing that. I almost feel like it's like, I don't know, paying bills, making sure the house is in order. It was almost in some way like you, do you want me to say that? Okay. It's almost like in some way you overextended your role. You did more than your role. He's saying that. And I don't know, isn't this funny? He's almost saying like he tended to have like a lack of focus or ADHD. Yeah. talking about his buddies, seeing his buddies, enjoying time with his buddies. I don't know, I have some connection to like having a beer with his buddies, possibly a bar, or my mind just being taken to like, I'm seeing a golf course, then I'm seeing after going to the bar or the clubhouse for a beer. There's some kind of connection about spending time with the buddies, and then after whatever they're doing wraps up, kind of like having a beer and relaxing, having a few laughs. And he's saying how important that was to him. And I feel, is it his brother? Well, there's a individual in this group that he refers to as brother. And he's saying how important this gentleman was to him because he supported him in some way. And I do feel that this gentleman passed from some health issue. It feels like cancer to me. It could possibly be like prostate cancer, because he's saying that being with the guys helped him to let off steam, and that they would have these like intimate moments of conversation that really touched his heart. He's saying that for this particular gentleman, that for me, he's calling him like brother, if not brother, something that was like a brother. And I feel that this person that's like a brother is still in some way assisting the family of this gentleman. Like it's like he agreed to check in on you, look after you in some way. So he's acknowledging this person also and just giving thanks for this person for like keeping their promise. Thank you for keeping your promise. He's saying that to this gentleman. And he's saying like, it's interesting. He said like this gentleman helped him in some sense to kind of wrap it up, like bring things to a conclusion, make things align in some way. He's just, yeah. And then he's just bringing my mind to like a funeral. So this gentleman might have been involved in the funeral in some way, like assisting in some way so things ran smoothly, because he's just acknowledging that. Okay. So I'm just asking you, so why did you come through? What's your message? And he's just saying, I just wanted to acknowledge that sometimes I don't know what he's saying. People like screw up. Sometimes people make a mistake. And, but it's about the intention. So that's important for you to know. It's about the intention. And his intention was to be in control. He didn't want to appear to be weak in front of the eyes of others or appear to be afraid, because he knew if he did that, it would be chaotic for everybody. So he's just saying my intentions were good. And he says, I don't mean that like I'm the hero of this story. He's saying like, you're the hero of this story. And I'm going to leave you with all his love. Wow. Awesome. I'll just see if I have one else before. Very different energy, that gentleman. Okay, I feel that I have either, I wanted to say sister, aunt. I don't know, I keep getting those connected, sister, aunt. an aunt that felt like a sister. I think that's what she's trying to tell me. And this this aunt was a little kooky, independent. She's showing me, I don't know, her hair looks kind of wild, like it was a different kind of hairstyle. Flowy clothes, almost like I'll call that style like hippie peasant style. Laughing. I don't know. I even feel that her makeup might have been like more flamboyant. That's the word. Great sense of humor, like her laugh. You know her laugh. You wanted to make her laugh. Oh, I'm going to make her laugh. I'm going to make her laugh. I love her laugh. It's like when she laughs, the whole world laughs with her. Okay. I feel this lady, she had a spiritual quality to her. I don't know. She's just like burning incense, wearing multiple bracelets, free spirit. And it's like going to a coffee house. It's not like Tim Hortons or like a coffee shop, but like a coffee house. So I don't know what she means like that. It just feels like a more non-traditional place to like get like, I don't know, like organic coffee, vegan food. It just feels like it's kind of like, I don't know what I want to say. I'm just feeling it. Let me see what else. And she's laughing about something. I feel it's a memory, something about cookies. And I feel like it's like gluten-free cookies and how they didn't taste as well, or they didn't taste as good. Something about the cookies, and there was something that was missing in it that made it taste not so good. And it's funny, I'll tell you, she's showing me like ginger snap cookies. And whenever I've seen ginger snap cookies, they have like sugar on top. So she's almost showing me like, no sugar on this, no sugar on this. So there's something about the importance of sugar and avoiding sugar. Let me just see. And I know this woman, her passing was connected. It definitely feels like it was connected to the heart. And I'm not feeling a heart attack. I'm feeling more like stroke. It feels more like stroke to me. Like a blood clot. Something stopped. She just, like something stopped. Something was blocked. Something was a clot there. She just keeps making me feel that. And it's funny because it's like she refers to you as her baby. And she's saying, you'll always be my baby. You'll always be my baby. And I definitely feel that this lady was single. She's just not giving me that feeling that she was married. I feel a lot of independence around her and freedom of movement and being able to say and express herself in the most authentic way. Wow. She's like that kind of person everyone should meet because it kind of like, whoa, it opens your eyes to your, let me see, your potential, like anything's possible. Not a conformist, not conforming, that's for sure. And I feel that it feels like she left you money. She's just showing me like coins. It feels like money, and she's showing me like a wallet. So I feel that some money was given to you or passed down to you. And I know it also feels like it's some kind of jewelry. I don't know. It almost feels like it's like bracelets, because it's something that you gotta shut. So like a bracelet. And I feel like it's it's not even necessarily like jewelry that's really expensive and worth a lot of money. It's almost all her kind of like, this is going to sound funny, like her knick-knack jewelry. You know, the jewelry, it can be costume jewelry, just things that you picked up along the way that pleased you. I feel in some way that you've inherited this or you're aware of this within the family. And she's just showing me like a box, like a box being given to you, like a box. And it doesn't feel like a cardboard box, like a moving box. It feels almost like a gift box. She's showing me it's like a gift box because it's like pretty, the outside of the box, and just passing it to you. Okay, let me just see what else she wants to say. She says you think about her. Isn't this fun? I think this is like a memory she's just showing me this really flouncy skirt. There's something about this skirt. It's like she's spinning around in this skirt. Something about this skirt. I almost feel like she was dancing in the skirt, and just something about, it's interesting. She keeps bringing this skirt up. I feel like you may even have this skirt. It feels like a longer skirt. Like I almost wanted to use the word petticoat, like feeling around it, like a longer skirt. It's almost like, I don't know why I'm feeling like it's in layers or it has ruffles and there's some kind of pattern, if not flowers. It almost feels like it's like a little pattern of like little flowers, or she just wanted me to bring that up. Okay. I'm just asking her what the message is, and she's just saying, you know, I want you to know. She's like, I want you to know I think about you too. So it's almost like she's talking about that bond, that connection that you still have. When you think of her, she's there. It's like, I'm there. And she says, sometimes I think of you and you think of me. She's saying that like I instigated that. And it's like, she's like, funny things that happen. Times when you're laughing, she says, that was me coming near and putting that thought in your mind. So you thought of me and you knew I was near. Okay. It's almost like it's like, say hello to mom. Say hello to mom. I feel this is her sister. Say hello to her. Okay. It's funny, she's just saying, you know, don't let her get on your nerves. Just saying about don't let your mom get on your nerves. She's just saying like that. And then there's like a laugh. Like you've had discussions about your mother with her. She's like, I understand her. I grew up with her. This is what you do. Blah, blah, blah. Things like that. Okay. She just wants to go on. Okay. It's interesting. She's just, her message for you is she wants you to approach every situation with, she's saying an open mind. At first I thought she was going to say humor, but she didn't. She's like, remember to approach each situation with an open mind. It's like she's saying, like, be in that moment, observe, let it sink in, and then respond. So there's something about you being aware of how people are different, how they come across, how they express themselves. And I almost feel these were lessons that she taught you in some way. Like when you watched her interact with people, like, how does she do that? How does she? She's saying, remember those things I taught you. And they're going to serve you well. What's she talking about? I don't know. She's talking about like an animal and laughing. So I don't know if you both had like a favorite animal or there's an animal you see. I almost thought like she was giving me like a porcupine. I saw a porcupine, then I saw an owl. So I'm going to leave porcupine and owl with you. It almost feels like she's saying, you know, be wise when you're around prickly people. And she's just laughing, laughing, laughing. And I'm going to leave you with all her love. So thank you everyone for attending. I'm going to post the readings online. Please check out my YouTube channel called Being Your Own Medium. Please share, post a comment, like, and I'll be back next week. So remember, it's the full moon today, so take advantage of it. Put in your intention, release all those things that you no longer need. So lots of love to everyone, and just remember to have courage. Answer. I'm just going to find the quote because I'm blanking out after doing all that talk. So sorry, just give me 1 minute. Yes, sorry. So just remember, keep your heart brave, your imagination wild, because anything's possible. So lots of love to everybody, and take care. See you later.